Ariana, are you okay?
The Wicked press tour was supposed to be about magic, sisterhood, and Broadway dreams coming to life on the big screen. Instead, it's turned into one of the messiest love triangle rumors Hollywood has seen in years. And at the center of it all, Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, and Cynthia's longtime girlfriend Lena Waithe, who is reportedly ready to burn it all down if Ariana doesn't back off. We're talking cryptic Instagram stories, matching tattoos, and enough touchy-feely red carpet moments to make anyone uncomfortable. Lena's been watching from the sidelines, and according to people close to her, she's had enough. The question everyone's asking now is whether Ariana's just being her usual affectionate self, or if she's crossed a line that's about to cost her big time. Let's get into what's really happening behind those perfectly rehearsed interview smiles, because this story has layers that go way beyond friendship bracelets and backstage hugs. So the Wicked press tour kicked off earlier this year, and from day one, people noticed something different about Ariana and Cynthia's chemistry. It wasn't just standard co-star energy. Every red carpet appearance, every interview, every behind-the-scenes clip showed them practically attached at the hip, hand-holding, whispering in each other's ears, finishing each other's sentences. The kind of closeness that makes you wonder if you're watching a professional partnership or something that's veered into more personal territory. Fans started compiling these moments almost immediately. There's footage of them at a promo event where Ariana's fixing Cynthia's dress, both of them giggling like they're in their own private world. Another clip shows Cynthia literally stepping in front of Ariana when a crowd gets too close.
Beautiful sistership that continues to grow and grow even through this press tour. Something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know.
Sorry.
She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo gets.
It's not there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Protective in a way that reads as more than just looking out for a colleague. Then there are the interviews where they're sitting so close their shoulders are touching, and Ariana keeps reaching over to grab Cynthia's hand whenever she talks about their bond. In one interview that went viral, Ariana said something about how spending time with Cynthia has been life-changing, how she hopes their friendship lasts forever, how Cynthia's teaching her to let people in. Sweet words on paper, but the way she delivered them, with that intense eye contact and the hand squeeze, it hit different. People in the comments were saying it looked more like a confession than a compliment. And Cynthia, she's been just as invested. She talks about Ariana like she's this precious thing that needs protecting from the world. At one event, when someone asked them about the pressure of living up to the original musical, Cynthia immediately jumped in to defend Ariana before she could even answer, talking about how hard she's worked and how people don't understand the vulnerability it takes to step into Glinda's shoes. That protective instinct kept showing up over and over. Now here's where Lena Waithe enters the picture. Lena and Cynthia have been together for years. They're not the type to broadcast their relationship constantly, but they've always been solid. Lena's a powerhouse in her own right, an Emmy-winning writer and producer who's built her career on authentic storytelling. She's not someone who tolerates fakeness or game playing. And according to reports, she's been watching this press tour unfold with increasing discomfort. The first signs that something was off came through Lena's Instagram stories. She started posting things that seemed random at first, but fans who follow celebrity drama closely picked up on the timing.
Yeah, because the thing is,
Biggest pinch me moment for each of you on the set? Was it the day you arrived on the set or some special moment that happened during the filming of this for each of you? What was the biggest pinch me moment for each of you?
biggest pinch me moment.
Every day.
One of the most exciting days for you?
I think, oh my goodness. Defying Gravity was really exciting.
Right after a particularly touchy-feely interview between Ariana and Cynthia dropped, Lena posted a black screen with white text that said something about how you can tell when someone's performing love instead of actually living it. No names mentioned, but the timing was suspicious. Then came another post, this one sharing a moment from an interview where Ariana called herself and Cynthia insufferable during the press tour. Lena shared it with just an eye roll emoji. Simple, but loaded. Because when you're in a relationship and you see your partner being called insufferable with someone else, and they're both laughing about it like it's an inside joke, that's gonna sting. People started connecting the dots. They went back through recent photos and noticed that in group shots with all three of them, the body language told a story. There's one photo in particular that circulated where Lena's standing slightly apart, arms crossed, while Ariana and Cynthia are front and center, leaned into each other. It's the kind of photo that doesn't need a caption because the tension is right there in the frame. Sources close to Lena claim she's been trying to handle this privately at first. She reportedly had conversations with Cynthia about boundaries, about keeping things professional, about remembering that the public doesn't see the full picture. But every time they seemed to make progress, another interview would drop, with Ariana talking about their eternal connection, or Cynthia describing how Ariana's changed her life, and Lena would be back at square one. What's making this situation even more complicated is Ariana's own relationship status.
Popular. Do you believe it? It's so great. That joy he wanted to infuse in every frame.
She's been in this messy situation with Ethan Slater, her SpongeBob co-star, ever since both of them left their respective marriages around the same time. That situation already made headlines for months because Ethan's wife had just had a baby when the news broke. Ariana took a lot of heat for that, and she's been trying to rebuild her image ever since. So the fact that she's now at the center of another relationship drama, this time potentially involving her female co-star who has a long-term girlfriend, is not a good look. The matching tattoos revelation didn't help matters. During one interview, Ariana and Cynthia casually mentioned they got matching tattoos while filming Wicked. They played it off as a friendship thing, a way to commemorate the experience. But anyone who knows Ariana's history with tattoos knows she doesn't take that stuff lightly. She's gotten tattoos for every significant relationship in her life. Pete Davidson, Dalton Gomez, Mac Miller, the ink means something to her. It's not just a fun bonding activity. So when fans heard about matching tattoos with Cynthia, alarm bells went off. Lena reportedly was not happy about those tattoos. According to people in her circle, that was one of the moments where she felt like things had crossed a clear line. It's one thing to have chemistry on a press tour. It's another thing to permanently mark your body with someone else while you're in a committed relationship. The fact that Cynthia didn't see that as potentially problematic apparently caused some serious tension behind closed doors. Now, there's been speculation about Ariana's sexuality for years. She's made comments here and there about fluidity, about not wanting to put labels on things. Victoria Monet, one of her close collaborators, once made a joking comment about Ariana being fluid with her affections.
How do I say this? Ariana is just weird and I don't like what's happening. They are acting crazy and it's really bothering me. It's like an obsession.
And it wasn't entirely clear if she was kidding. The LGBTQ+ community has long embraced Ariana as an ally, but there's always been this undercurrent of wondering if there's more to the story than she's publicly shared. If that's the case, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. People's journeys with their sexuality are personal, and they get to share what they want when they want. But the issue here isn't about sexuality. It's about respect for existing relationships. Because whether this is platonic intensity or something more, Lena is feeling sidelined in her own relationship. And that's where the real problem lies. Friends of Lena say she's reached a breaking point. The cryptic posts have gotten more pointed. She recently shared something about maturity being when you stop calling something sisterhood and start calling it what it actually is. No tag, no name. But again, the timing lined up perfectly with a new Wicked featurette where Ariana and Cynthia were gushing about their sisterly bond. People took it as Lena basically saying, "I'm not buying what you're selling." There are also reports that Lena's been collecting receipts, screenshots, messages, maybe even testimony from people who've witnessed how Ariana and Cynthia act when the cameras aren't rolling. She hasn't gone public with anything concrete yet, but the threat is there. It's like she's giving them a chance to cool it down before she has to expose what she knows. And if Lena Waithe decides to go public with a full statement or evidence, that's going to be a major problem for everyone involved. What makes this whole situation even more uncomfortable is that Lena's own relationship with Cynthia started under somewhat controversial circumstances. When they first got together, Lena was still married to someone else. There were whispers at the time about whether lines got blurred before that marriage officially ended.
There are some nasty rumors going around about Ariana and Cynthia. The headlines read that Cynthia's partner, Lena Waithe, can't stand Ariana Grande, and there are some clues to accompany this assumption because Lena's been posting some really cryptic things on her story.
So now that Lena might be experiencing something similar from the other side, people online are calling it karma. They're saying she should understand better than anyone how these things can develop, but also that maybe she's projecting her own guilt onto Ariana. That's a harsh read, but it's out there. And it adds another layer to why this situation feels so charged. Because if Lena's past is being thrown in her face every time she expresses discomfort with what's happening now, That's going to make her even more defensive and potentially more likely to escalate things publicly. Cynthia herself has been trying to play the middle ground. In recent interviews, she's still praising Ariana, still talking about their connection, but she's also been more careful with the physical affection. At a recent event, fans noticed she kept more distance, didn't do the usual hand-holding, seemed more aware that people were watching and reading into everything. It's like she finally realized this isn't just fun press tour bonding anymore. This is affecting her actual relationship. But here's the thing about Ariana. She has this quality where she makes people feel special, needed, important. She's incredibly emotionally intelligent, and she knows how to create intimacy quickly. That's part of what makes her such a compelling performer. But it's also what gets her into these situations where boundaries get fuzzy and people start wondering what her actual intentions are. Some people defend her by saying she's just naturally affectionate, that she connects deeply with people and there's nothing manipulative about it. Others point to the pattern. Pete Davidson was engaged to someone else when they got close. Dalton Gomez was working as her real estate agent. Ethan Slater was married with a new baby. And now Cynthia Erivo is in a long-term relationship. At what point does it stop being coincidence and start being a recognizable pattern? The Wicked team is reportedly trying to keep things calm behind the scenes. They don't want this drama to overshadow the movie itself, which is supposed to be this massive cultural moment. The film's got huge expectations, and the last thing Universal Studios wants is for the press tour to be remembered for relationship drama instead of the actual art they created. But when you've got 3 high-profile people in an increasingly tense situation, and one of them is potentially ready to air everything out publicly,
And really take care of each other on screen and off screen, and just kind of have a really truthful friendship and a beautiful sistership that continues to grow and grow even through this press tour. Something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know. She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo gets.
It's not there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because
damage control becomes nearly impossible. Recent reports suggest that Ariana and Ethan Slater have either broken up or are on a break. She's been showing up to events solo, and there's been radio silence from both of them about their relationship status. If that's true, and if Ariana's suddenly available right as this Cynthia situation is heating up, that timing is going to make people even more suspicious about what's really happening. Ariana's been handling the speculation by acting unbothered. She's posting fan edits of her and Cynthia, dropping little captions about limitless love and soul connections, showing up to interviews with that wide-eyed innocence that's become her signature. It's a smart PR move in some ways because directly addressing the rumors would only make them bigger. But to Lena, that calculated, unbothered act probably looks like manipulation, like Ariana's playing innocent while knowing exactly what she's doing. The internet is completely divided on this. Some people think Lena's being insecure and reading too much into a genuine friendship. They point out that women should be able to have close, affectionate relationships without everyone assuming it's romantic. They say the real problem is people sexualizing a beautiful artistic partnership. And that's a fair point. Women do often have their friendships scrutinized in ways that men's friendships aren't. But other people are saying the pattern is too obvious to ignore. They're pointing out that Ariana has a documented history of emotional entanglement with people who are unavailable. They're saying that even if nothing physical is happening, emotional affairs are real, and they can be just as damaging to a relationship. They're arguing that Lena has every right to feel uncomfortable with how much space Ariana's taking up in Cynthia's emotional life.
Once the Oscars are over, are you going to take a little vacation for yourself?
Oh my God, what's that? What is that?
It's a thing people do, you know, and they go to a beach.
I'm kidding. Perhaps. I need to go visit my Nona again. I've been trying to dip down as many times as I can, like when I have little days here and there. So that'll probably be the first stop, but yeah.
What's clear is that this isn't just going to fade away quietly. Lena's been patient. She's tried the private approach, and it hasn't worked. If Ariana and Cynthia don't pull back significantly, there's a real chance Lena goes public with whatever she's been holding. And if that happens, we're not just talking about gossip blog speculation anymore. We're talking about potential career implications, public statements, possibly even legal issues, depending on what gets said. The next few weeks are critical. Wicked's release is coming up, which means more press, more appearances, more opportunities for things to escalate. If Ariana and Cynthia can maintain professional distance and Lena feels like her concerns are being taken seriously, maybe this blows over. But if they show up to the premiere with the same intensity they've had all press tour long, and Lena's sitting there watching it unfold again, something's going to give. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about whether Ariana and Cynthia are actually romantically involved. It's about respect, boundaries, and what happens when someone feels like they're losing their partner to an emotional connection that's gotten out of control. Lena Waithe is not the type to just sit back and let that happen. She's built her entire career on being authentic and speaking truth. And if she decides the truth needs to come out, the fallout is going to be massive. So what do you think is really happening here? Is this just an intense friendship that's being blown out of proportion? Or is Lena picking up on something real that everyone else can see too? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this situation is far from over. And make sure you're subscribed because when the next chapter of this drama drops, you know we'll be breaking it all down. Hit that like button if you made it this far, and I'll see you in the next one.